Hey folks, I'm Sheila Merck, and this is Red Air Concert Series brought to you by Mullins Irish Pub in Seneca, South Carolina. Tonight we have Dustin Owens and the Woolyboogers. They're going to bring us some original Americana. They're from the Anderson area, and if you're interested in contacting them, please do. Check out their Facebook page, their Instagram, and all that fun stuff. No time to waste. Here we go. Dustin Owens and the Woolyboogers.
They call me the storyteller, a weaver of tales by trade. But just like the new clothes the emperor wore, an illusion is all I have made. They call me a seller of secrets, they call me a teller of lies. They call me a nuisance, a beggar, a rake, the speck in my mother's eyes. But they give me a bed to sleep in, they pile the food on my plate. There's nothing more dangerous when you've something to hide than a man looking for something to say. And I watch them as they interact, I hang on their every word. And they gather around the steps of the courthouse when there's a new song to be heard. Well, I come from the age of technology, where the true art is bartered for fame. But I come from a long line of folk singers who chase the muse of outrage and pain. Well, I come from the age of money and greed, where the means are justified by the ends. But I'd rather live free, surrounded by enemies, than to die in chains with friends. Well, they tell me that history is often repeated. Well, I'll be damned if I see the day. So I'll keep all atrocities fresh in our minds, I'll keep all our faults on display. Well, they call me the storyteller, a weaver of tales by trade. Don't try to guess my intentions, just pay heed to the words that I say. Don't know me like you used to do. I can't stand to watch the evening news. Charlie Patton singing me the blues. Can't keep the needle seated in the groove. Catapult my phone out in the street. I beat the dog that tangled up my feet. Punched a man that used to wear a sheet. Self-righteous fury leads to moral defeat. And I'm falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Everything but you. the chains. Everybody thinks they're born in flames. Judge a person only by their genes. Ain't judge a nation only by the king. Whitewash a culture just to keep it clean. It's all a story from the silver screen. And we're falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Everything but you. Cities crumble and their statues fall. I wake up screaming at the bedroom wall. Well-intentioned and the rule of law. Moral authority beleaguered and flawed. God is dead and so is his only son. Better say a prayer to Kim Jong-un. Someone to save us at the point of the gun. Annihilation seems like so much fun. And we're falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Falling out of love with everything. Everything but you. But you. But you. All right, folks. That one was called Night Terrors, and we are the Woolyboogers. I'm Dustin Owens. Over here to my left is Michael Porkchop Branch, and over here to my right, Nolin McAlister, and behind me there is Matt Myers. And I want to welcome you to the very first edition of an integrated Red Area Live. That means we've used the very latest technology from the NSA to tap into your microphones, as well as the cameras on your phones and on your laptops, so we can see you and we can hear you. Becky, you need to clean your room. It looks disgusting. Be sure to clap at the end of songs. Be sure to ooh and ah when Nolin takes a tasty saxophone lead over there. I'm not going to ask you to laugh at my jokes, because to be honest with you, we don't get that when we play live. All right, next up here is a tune called Brave New World. Every tube was labeled straight. Name, occupation, date. Assigned a home and assigned a mate. Placed beneath the light. I was born on the 17th, the day the stamp ran out of ink. They placed my tube beneath the sink. Left me there to die. Who am I? What am I doing here? Could this be life with purpose so unclear? Who am I? Well, Billy had a dad sticks and stones. I ran away just to find a place where I could be alone. Windows were nailed, it was old by the look. I pried open the door and everywhere but the floor were books. I stayed for days reading page after page. Pirates and sailors, kings and crusaders, sinners and saints. There was a book away from the rest. Pages were bare, so I grabbed a pen, pulled my chair to the desk. I wrote of the world that had cast me aside. Wrote of the people who gave me a reason, find a place to hide. Beneath the rubble, they found the story of one lonely and forgotten boy, immortal in their eyes. Who am I? What am I doing here? Could this be life with purpose so unclear? All right, that was Brave New World. Good job, Porkchop.
Thank you.
Sounded pretty good over there, Nolin. Matt, you're doing all right back there, too. We are the Woolyboogers. You can find us on Facebook. Why don't you click over there right now? Just go to the search bar. Type in Woolyboogers. I'm pretty sure we're the only ones.
I think so.
All right, well, in the sweltering summer heat here in South Carolina, nothing really puts me in the mood like a Christmas song. One day we'll build a house just north of Asheville, and another just outside St. Augustine. We'll spend our spring and autumn in the mountains, and our summer and our Christmas by the sea. Have as many kids as we have bedrooms, and each kid will have a puppy for to love. The presents will all overflow the beach house, and they won't be silly gifts like scarves and gloves. But for now we'll make the best of what we have, and I'd be thrilled if we could pay the bills. We'll have a dozen fruit trees in the arbor, and we'll have a dozen chickens in the coop. We'll both make a living doing what we love, and we won't wear silly things like skirts and suits. You can make the girls their pretty dresses, I'll make all the boys brush their teeth. You can pick our dinner from the garden, and I can grow my beard down to my knees. And for now we'll make the best of what we have, and I'd be thrilled if we could pay the bills. Well, if you can transfer funds, I'll pay the phone bill. And if you cash in all our change, it'll cover rent. Well, I can pick up extra hours at the office, but unfortunately, that's already spent. We can borrow from Mom to pay for groceries. Come Christmas, there'll be gifts beneath the tree. In the mountains by the sea, or here at home, dear. I might be broke, but I ain't ever cheap. No, I ain't. And for now we'll make the best of what we have, and I'd be thrilled if we could pay the bills. If we could pay the bills. I got y'all in the holiday spirit. A little Christmas by the sea. Once again, we are the Woolyboogers from Anderson, South Carolina. Lovely Anderson, South Carolina. I want to thank the folks here at Red Arrow Studio for having us. We're having a really good time. This is a beautiful place. If you're a local musician, we highly recommend you getting out and doing this. And you folks out there watching us on the web, keep supporting it, okay? Got a woman, man, I ain't seen her for weeks. I got a weight dangling down between my knees. I got an image that I can't seem to shake. Oh, that little girl dangling on my crane. Got the late night high-speed hookup with a Vaseline. Got the black light constellations in between the sheets. I got a woman and she drives me mad, but I got a problem I can't solve with my hands. Why, oh God, would you play such a joke? To take that which we long for the most, make it the thing most difficult to keep. Why, oh God, would you make us impossible to please? right, folks. It's called the Blue Balls Blues. It's an old original song. All the songs actually here this evening are original tunes. We were asked to play original tunes. And that's one of the really cool things about the Red Arrow concert series. Love to play those songs that we work so hard to write. Michael Porkchop Branch there is a bit of a songwriter himself. We do several tunes together. Next up, a little rock and roll. As the story goes, country and blues had a baby, and they named it rock and roll. Well, I woke up this morning, hand stuck in my sleeve, spit stuck in my face. I'm still struggling to breathe. Broke the microwave oven, coffee 2 days old. If I can drink it black, then I can drink it cold. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days. Well, I trimmed up my nail, I cut it down to the quick. When I put on my sock, oh man, it started to itch. Drove a 3-inch screw through the pad of my hand. The bleeding stopped, I went and did it again. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days. Well, I'm a modern day lover, I got modern day pride. Oh, won't you give me a lift if I'm gonna give you a ride? If you give me your number, baby, I swear I will call when the pickings are slim and my back's to the wall. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days. Well, damn the man who stands before the palace of the king and wonders how he pays the rent, how he keeps it clean. Woo! Well, tucking my clock and I'm punching my shirt. I'm too stubborn to quit, but I'm too pretty to work. Yes, my ears are burning and so are my shoes. Yes, that was my picture that you saw on the news. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days, and I wish I could get it back. One of those days. Woo! All right. One of those days. Well, I tell you what, that's about done it for us, folks. We got one more song left here for you. This one is going to be the title track of our upcoming record. It's called A Work Grotesque. Once again, we're the Woolyboogers. Be sure to go over to our Facebook page. You can search Woolyboogers, Dustin Owens and the Woolyboogers. I'm Dustin, Michael Porkchop Branch, Nolin McAlister, Matt Myers back there. Thank you, folks, so much for having us here for the Red Arrow concert series. Canvas white our maker made, Loretta tea lends a tone of gray. Lessons learned determine shape, canvas white our maker made. Take the brush in our hand. Some begin while some will plan. No tools to scrape or wash or sand. Take the brush in our hand. of love, then one of hate. A stroke of luck, then one of fate. A stroke to blend, then one to cake. A stroke of love, then one of hate. It's terrifying, all the same. Better set in stone than wet with paint. The boldest of our strokes of pride, and those we try so hard to hide. Patch of envy, hunter green, a base of black, it can't be seen. A base of white turns verdigris. Patch of envy, hunter green. A line of fury, ember red, drips like the wound from which it bled. On black or white it makes his bed. Line of fury, ember red. Deep despair of darkest blue, every color it consumes, but it will dry a lighter hue. Deep despair of darkest blue. It's terrifying, all the same. Better set in stone than wet with paint. Boldest of all strokes of pride, and those we try so hard to hide. Our life's work is sealed with death, a masterpiece, a work grotesque. When we draw our final breath, thank you, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dustin Owens and the Woolyboogers out of Anderson, South Carolina. We are at Red Arrow Studio in Westminster, South Carolina, and this is the Red Arrow Concert Series brought to you by Mullins Irish Pub in Seneca. I hope you have a great night. I'm Sheila Merck. Next week we have Salty Ray, so make sure you tune in next week at 8 and every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and look at all the wonderful things we're doing. We post all of these videos not only on Facebook, but we also put them on the YouTube channel as well, so go and check those out. If you're interested in recording, let us know. We would love to hear from you. I hope you have a great night. I'm Sheila Merck.